सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our annual Labor Day weekend retreat. We're very, very fortunate that Swami Baneshananda Maharaj has agreed to come. I've been trying to get him here for some years, and he joined us in our retreat several years ago with Swami Yogatmanandaji. Many of you will remember it was at the old New Windsor place, and it was hilarious. That was the most fun retreat I think we've ever had, because they went back and forth and everything. Anyhow, you'll see the Swami is a wonderful speaker. He has been running our centers in Germany for a good number of years now. It used to be the main center was in a little village, Wiesbaden, and then it moved to Frankfurt, and now Berlin will be the main center. So Swamiji is working very hard there. They've actually just purchased a nice plot of land, and they have a big building project. And if anybody would like to help out, we always like to help out our other centers. You can write a check to Vedanta Center here and put Germany in the memo, and then all of that money will go and help them. They're doing very good work. It's very, very, I've been to the Germany Center 2-3 times. It's very, very nice. So I won't say too much of an introduction. We can go through the retreat schedule a little bit. I apologize for people who thought we were starting at 9 o'clock. That was a holdover from the earlier days when we had to register and get people their rooms and everything. So we'll start with a guided meditation. After that, I'll let Swami Baneshananda introduce his topics. We have 3 different topics. He'll decide which ones to do. We have pens and paper for people who want to write down questions. We'll do it that way. He can also decide if he wants questions at the end of each session or at the end of the day or tomorrow. But anybody who writes out a question gets a free pen. Okay? Yeah. With the Vedanta Center written on it. Okay, so that's your incentive for that. Anyhow, we have extra copies of the schedule. It's posted on the door, and there's some out front if you want to keep one with you. Today's program will go until 5 o'clock in the evening, and then everyone is welcome, of course, to stay for our evening oddity and meditation. And then we'll have some presentation tonight in the basement. We usually show some nice videos, something like that, and then dinner at 8:30. So everyone, please, whether you're overnight people or day people, you're welcome to stay. Those who come tomorrow, the program begins at 9:30, but you're also welcome to come early morning if you want to come for meditation and puja and breakfast. The shrine doors open at 5 in the morning, so you can come anytime after that. And I won't take up any more of the Swami's time. So Maharaj, we invite you to begin the program with the guided meditation, and then we'll have the first session at 10:45. And if you want to take a little break in between, that's fine also. So please feel free.
ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। This is a style of meditation that was devised, so to say, by Swami Baneshananda ji, who got the ingredients and inspiration from Swami Yatiswarananda ji. So I will try to take a few steps from that. I learned it from him, and I used to teach meditation in our Vivekananda Illam in Chennai for several years. So this is very wonderful one, and as you know, because it was the inspiration of Swami Yatiswarananda ji, which actually caused this type of formation of the meditation. So let us. This is a meditation on peace, and I will guide you through this. Let us chant Om 3 times together. Om. The Upanishad says, Upashantoyam Atma. The Atman is peace. Peace is our real nature. So let us close our eyes and then breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in very deeply and breathe out exhaustively 3 times. Now for a short while we will be aware of our body. We will begin with the right leg, beginning with the fingertips of the right leg and being aware of different parts of that right leg, between the fingertips and the ankle joint, then between ankle joint and the knee joint, between knee joint and the hip joint. Try to be aware of your right leg. You can shake the leg to get a feel of it. Similarly, be aware of your left leg. Now be aware of your right hand, beginning with the fingertips up to the wrist joint, then between wrist joint and the elbow joint, that is forearm, then between elbow joint and the shoulder joint. Be aware of the right hand. Similarly, be aware of the left hand. Be aware of the shoulders. Please relax your shoulders. Be aware of your spinal column. Try to keep the spine straight as far as possible. Be aware of your head. Be aware of your face. Relax your face and your eyes. Try to make your eyes restful. Now be aware of your belly. Then the chest. Inside the chest, where there is the heart and lungs, imagine that that space is now empty. This is full of soothing light there. Now think of a very peaceful moment from your own life. Think of the feeling that you had from that experience. The feeling that filled your heart with peace. Remember that peaceful feeling in your heart. This peace is within you. You try to feel that this peace is permeating your body through and through. You are peaceful. You are one with this peace. Again, direct your attention to the region of the heart. Try to experience the feeling of peace there. You are the source of this peace. It is there within you. You and this peace are one and the same. Please try to go with this feeling for some time. Once again, please relax your shoulders, relax your face and eyes. Try to feel the peace inside your heart. You are peaceful. Once again, please direct your attention to your heart. Feel the peace inside the heart. Make your physical body peaceful. Make your mind peaceful. Once again, please relax your physical body. Relax your shoulders. Relax your face and eyes. Try to feel the experience of peace in the region of the heart. This peace fills your chest. Nothing can disturb this peace. Experience this peace throughout the body. Imagine that you are radiating peace all around. People around you are peaceful. The air that you breathe is peaceful. The sky is peaceful. The trees are peaceful. Everything around you is beaming with this peace. You are peaceful. That is your real nature. You are the source of this peace. You and this peace are one and the same. Let us chant Om Shanti 3 times together. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Panamastu. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto all. सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ. Revered Swami Brahmarupananda Ji Maharaj, revered Atmagyanananda Ji, dear Chit Brahmananda Ji, our brother Brahmachari Kumar, dear devotees and friends. I am thankful to Swami Atmagyanananda Ji, my friend Swami Yogatmananda. I still remember that experience. Yeah, in a sense that was hilarious. So, in between I came several times and I had occasion to meet you, not all of you, but many of you. And it is always a very inspiring experience to be here among the Swamis and devotees, particularly the work Swami Atmagyanananda Ji has done. By now we all may be aware of this fact that this is perhaps the most organized and the most beautiful center in USA. I have gone to all these centers and have seen, but very organized, disciplined, and directed towards the ideal. That is something one should be very serious about. So thanks go to not only to Swami Atmagyanananda Ji or other Swamis, but to you too. So this is a wonderful experience to be with you. Because of that fact, I know from my own experience how it is to do some pioneering work, how much one should be dedicated to the ideal. So, based on that experience and also based on the guided meditation, where we were trying to gather our mind within ourselves, I feel inspired to take up the subject. Life is a journey, not a destination. This is all about gathering ourselves. This particular sentence is attributed to Ralph Waldo Emerson. Exactly the source I could not find out. But this is a wonderful sentence. Actually, that is what the teachers in the Vedantic tradition tell us. All the wise people throughout the world say that we are travelers in this world. We have come to this world just as travelers. As a traveler, having the minimum of things with them and traveling like gypsies. Actually speaking, even we have less than that. When we come, we did not bring anything with us. When we go, we to go without everything. Even the body will be left behind. That is the truth about this material world, about our material existence. And we are very boastful about our own existence in this material world. Swamiji mocks at it, saying, your individuality. We are big individuals. Actually, each one of us is nothing but an ego, a special ego. Everyone has his or her own ego. So we are sojourners in this world. So there is a concept of this journey. We are in a journey, and suppose I take out my car from the garage in the morning and drive. I drive the whole day. And at the end of the day, I don't know where did I want to go actually, and what for. Look at this truth about driving. You go on driving whole day. So you have spent so much time. You have spent your energy. You have used diesel, petrol. Everything has some value. But what for? Where to? If we can't answer these two questions, then what did I do actually? Whole day driving. In one word it is called aimless, purposeless driving. We tire ourselves driving, but without knowing what for, where to. So this sentence brings out that very, very serious truth about the journey. If there is not a destination, then the journey cannot be justified. So we have to answer these two questions, what for and where to. Now let us take up this first question, what for? Suppose I say, I took out the car to drop one of my friends at the airport. Now see, I took out the car to drop one of my friends. There is a purpose in this. But where to drop that friend? Anywhere? No. I must know where to drop that friend. At the airport. Then only this purpose can be called a purpose, otherwise not. Even if I am taking my friend with me, but if I don't know where to, then the purpose cannot be justified. So when we add a goal to our journey, then only the journey becomes meaningful. Otherwise, again, that has no meaning, there is no purpose. So every journey should have a destination. And most of the time, we are taught that our life in this world is a goal by itself. This cannot be. Because the goal just to be born and to die. So grave is not the goal. From dust thou come, to dust returneth. Never spoken of the soul. That is the poem written by Henry Wordsworth Longfellow, The Psalm of Life. He writes, life is real. Life is earnest. And the grave is not the goal. Then he quotes from the Bible, dust thou art, to dust returneth, have not spoken of the soul. So if this life by itself is the goal, then grave is the goal. Everybody is driving to that goal. There was an epitaph on the grave. It reads, "You had to come here, but you took such a long time." And where are those for whom you spend time now? Look, they put you here and left to your home. If the grave is the goal, that is the truth about our grave. That is the truth of our goal. Look at your own people. They put you here and left for your own home. These are truth about life. So, it says, this sentence says that we must find out a goal of our life. Then each and every part of our life will have a meaning. Otherwise, what it would be? One of our senior Swamis told, life will be like a time pass. Time pass. And what is this time? Time is an illusion. That is what the scientists say. The Order of Time, there is a book. Professor Rivoli has written that book. He is an astrophysicist. He says time is nothing but an illusion. So life will be an illusion. A time pass means an illusion. These are very serious truth about our life. And we have to face it. If we want to prove ourselves to be Homo sapiens, we are called Homo sapiens because we have asked a question about ourselves. The day we asked this question, who am I? From that day, our species is called Homo sapiens, wise people. Why did we become wise? Because we asked this question about ourselves. Not about why is this world here? What is this world? Why are other people around me? No, I have asked questions about myself. Then only we are called Homo sapiens. And if we have not asked that question, then we still belong to the earlier species, I guess. That could be the very, very dangerous truth. So, there is a book, you must be knowing that, Man's Search for Meaning. That book speaks of the value of life. And if we have a goal, you will see each and every part of our life will have a meaning. So he says, if there is no meaning in suffering, then there is no meaning in life. If there is no meaning in suffering, there is no meaning in life. He is a person who was a psychologist, trained psychologist, who served 2 years in 2 different concentration camps. His suffering cannot be compared with ours. In our life, we have never suffered like that. And he is the person who is saying this sentence. If there is no meaning in suffering, there is no meaning in life. Buddha said the life is full of suffering. Did he end it there? He said life is full of suffering. It is suffering, suffering, suffering. There is dukkham. Dukkham is there, but he says there is an end to this suffering also. Suffering cannot be the truth. That is what Holy Mother has said. People suffer, but they don't suffer forever. If we suffer forever, then suffering becomes equal to reality. Then we won't like to get out of suffering, because that is our nature. Because our nature is not suffering, it is bliss. We want to get rid of suffering. And when it is part of our life, so each part of life is meaningful, then suffering has a meaning. So Buddha said that there is an end to this suffering, and there is a way to get out of this suffering also. There are ways how to go out of this suffering. So we will have to find meaning in the whole life. Sufferings, failures, successes, and enjoyments. Everything has a meaning. Because we have fixed a destination. And when there is a destination, so as Swami Vivekananda has said, that all other things will be harmoniously organized, harmoniously. If I want to drive from here to, suppose, New York, I may get out of the highway, take an exit, drink coffee, take some rest, but still I continue with my journey, because that exit is not my destination. But it has a meaning. It is needed. So therefore, destination has to be fixed. So what is the goal of life? One of our Swamis said, to fix a goal in life is the goal of life. Yeah. You take time to fix the goal, but fix it. Then only you have a goal in life. Otherwise, there is no goal in life. Now, from dust you come, to dust returneth. But this disappointment is that you have not spoken of the soul. You have not asked the question about who you really are. So, we will try to find out what should be the goal of our life. In one word, you can say, all are Brahman. To have this knowledge is the goal of life. That is very easy. But why do the Upanishads or scriptures say that God is the goal of life, or the divinity in us is the goal of life? Jesus says that the kingdom of God is within you, the divinity within. To realize that is the goal of life. Vedanta says that you have the divinity inside. Swami Vivekananda has said religion is to manifest that divinity which is within. So, Vedanta speaks of that goal, and you have learned it from the Taittiriya Upanishad, that it speaks of a goal which is called Brahman. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahman. So why should Brahman be the goal? Upanishad itself says, because when you reach that goal, you have reached the highest, the ultimate. And this is called ultimate goal because it is not like any other material goal. The characteristics of this goal are different. What are those characteristics? In economics, you would know this. There is 3 P's, PPP. Purchasing power parity is there. PPP. Here also about this Brahman there are 3 P's. Easy to remember that way. It is not a part, product or property of anything. PPP. Part, product or property of anything. That which is a part is material thing, limited. Product, that which is a product is produced, can be destroyed. And property is not the whole. And property makes the differences. So if the property of this chemical is different from the property of that chemical. So these are all differences. And where there are differences, that is within the limitations or within impermanent objects. So it says that the knower of Brahman attains the highest. Brahmavid apnoti param. Attains the highest. And we cannot fix a goal which is not the highest. If someone asks, you want peace? Yes. Which day in the week you want peace? Monday I want peace. Do we say that? No, we want peace every day. Every day, okay. What type of peace do you want? The peace that somebody else has more peace than your peace. You want that type of peace, that somebody else will have some more peace? No. There is no atishaya. There is nothing which is more than this. And it does not undergo any decay. Therefore, that type of peace, that is why it is called parama. Parama means ultimate. Sometimes we translate these words like absolute. Parama means absolute. It is technically wrong. Technically it is the ultimate. We don't know what is ultimate, but we know some things which are not ultimate. But through that we have to go. So the person who realizes Brahman, he becomes the highest. Gets the highest, becomes the highest. Therefore, they defined Brahman as Satyam, truth, Anandam, Anantam. It is infinite. And Anantam, infinite, and Jnanam, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahman. This is one of the greatest sentences in the Upanishads. There are many other such indications about Brahman, and almost in all the Upanishads there are some special verses or mantras which talk about the definition of Brahman actually. And it is a definition of Brahman which cannot be defined. So therefore the scripture says it cannot be defined by human words, but it has to be told with the help of the human words because the questions are asked by human beings. So tad bhashaya uttaram brute shruti shrotri hitaishini. The question is put in, suppose, English language. In that language, answer to be given. That is as simple as that. Though you cannot speak about it, you cannot speak about it exhaustively. That is the idea. You can give an indication about it, but you cannot speak about it exhaustively. So, Brahman is the highest, and that should be our goal. There are different ways to know this Brahman, but since we are students of Vedanta and we have been fed with these ideas of Vedantic ways, so I will restrict myself to these ideas only. There are varieties of definitions. One definition is that it is inferential definition. As Sri Ramakrishna says, that when you see in a cooking pot, the vegetables are jumping about. So suddenly you see a potato come up. So you can see that they started moving inside. And whereas your own experience so tells you that the potatoes themselves cannot move. So the moving power, which is moving this material thing, matter, that power is called Brahman, consciousness. So where is that Brahman? So the hot water is Brahman? No. Pot is Brahman? No. Actually the fire which is behind, that fire, and nowadays the fire cannot be seen because all electrical energy. So microwave energy. So we call it fire because it cooks. So that is the cause of all these things. So as the cause of this creation, as my own cause. So the cause is always there behind an effect. And what type of cause we are searching for? We are searching for a cause which should be ultimate and which should be blissful. Ultimate peace, ultimate bliss, ultimate existence. Upanishad try to reduce the scope of these definitions. So they just talk about one thing which is called existence. That is why the first word is Satyam, Sat, existence. We can debate on other points, but you cannot debate on this thing which is called existence. I cannot doubt my own existence. If I doubt my own existence, then people will take me to a doctor. Because I have lost my right to go by myself. People will take me to a doctor. So if 7 billion people on the earth write that Swami, we don't know a person whose name is Swami Baneshananda, that does not eliminate my existence. I exist by my own right. How is it? Can you experience that? You may not experience, but you know that. You have to exist, even to understand this foolish idea that you don't exist. Even to understand this idea that you exist. You have to exist. Existence is the precondition of all kinds of dual transactions. Until and unless the Upanishad says that Yayeva nirakarta tasyaiva atmatvat, not the Upanishad, the commentary says, I don't exist, or people do not exist, whatever we may say. If we try to negate this existence, Yayeva nirakarta, the person, Shankaracharya says, the person who says that things don't exist, Brahman does not exist, Brahman is his or her Atman, his or her existence. So, the Nirakarta, the person who negates, has to exist. So you cannot eliminate the existence exhaustively. Therefore, existence has to be there. Now there are different types of such existences. There are grades. In our life we fix different types of goals. But once you fix a goal which transcends the limitations of this relative and therefore changeful existence, and that existence should be transcendental existence. As I said, that each effect has a cause behind it. So finally, at the end of our journey, we will have to find out what would be the effect when the body falls off. Death is the cause of what? This world is created without any cause. This world is created without any logic behind that. But in this world we follow all sorts of logic, and that is the best logic known as cause and effect. So if there is an effect, there should be a cause behind that. That is how everything in this world works practically. They try to find out the cause of a murder. They try to find out the cause of a fire. The effect will prove the cause. There was a cause. Similarly, the cause will prove the effect. So now would be the effect when we transcend the final cause, which is our death? That should bring about some sense in us to say that this life is not the goal. And something which transcends the limitations of birth and death, that should be the goal, transcendental goal. And what could be transcendental goal? That which is the basis of all changes, all changefulness. That could be the transcendental goal. So this is the definition of our existence, and that should be the goal, because whatever way we may try, we cannot get rid of this existence. Have we ever asked about that? And if we have started asking that question, then we prove to be in the species called the Homo sapiens. Now there is another definition, that is the essential definition. It says that Upanishad, that the study of that goal can be had in the Upanishads. Only in the Upanishads you can find the study of that goal which transcends the limitations. What are those limitations? Limitations, as you know, there are three types of limitation. Deshataha, kalataha, vastutaha. Parichinnata means limitation comes from three types of things. Deshata means things exist at different places. So suppose something is existing here, not there. So this thing is limited by desha. Not there, it is here. But this goal should transcend this limitation. Then what will happen? This should be everywhere. Everywhere. Everywhere means not that it is everywhere in the space. It should transcend the scope of the space also. That is the idea of being everywhere. Atman is everywhere does not mean that Atman is limited by space. It occupies all the space. No. It occupies all the space and also remains more than that. Atyattishtat dasangulam, Sri Krishna says. It remains much more than that. So therefore, deshata parichinnata does not mean that Atman is limited by space, but it is unlimited, even beyond space. It is omnipresent, it is everywhere and beyond that. So in the Upanishad, when Shankaracharya is explaining such type of a dilemma, that tad dure tad antike, tad ejati tad naijati. So Upanishad says that this moves, it does not move. It is near, it is far. So this mantra, when he was explaining, he says that Varshakoti Shatairapir Avidusham Aprapyatvat Dure Iva. He says those who are ignorant, they will not understand it even hundreds and thousands of years. But it is omnipresent means, he says, that the mind is here and it runs very fast. It runs faster than even jets. So when it runs and goes to another place and reaches there and sees that there is existence, then the mind may think that it has run before me, it has run faster than me. If I meet the same person after reaching Germany, I will know that that person has traveled from here in a faster speed. So it says, Tad dhavato anyan atyeti tishtat. That Atman overtakes everyone, whoever is running. Though it does not run. It stays at one place because it is everywhere, even beyond the scope of the limitation of the space. Kalata parichinna. It is limited by time, in time. It is cut off by the beginning and by the end. So Nachiketa called all these enjoyments in this world as swabhava, means they don't exist long time. So suppose something exists beyond time, then that is called eternal. Eternity does not mean unlimited time, it means beyond time. It includes time and it is beyond time. So it is always there. You cannot find a time when there is no Atman. And Vastuta Parichinna means you are not me, I am not you. So therefore your existence limits my existence. Limits. So I am not unlimited. Therefore, it is one. So they say there will be nothing which is different from this. That is why it is called non-dual. Nothing, non-dual. Nothing which is different from this. There is nothing but Brahman. So there is no all. And that's all. There is no all. We say that all is Brahman. That is not a very logical sentence, according to non-dual philosophy. There is no all. There is nothing but Brahman. So technically speaking, Upanishads do not say that all are Brahman, but it says that there is nothing but Brahman. So that is called non-dualism, nothing but Brahman. So it says that Brahman is Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. It is the truth, it is existence, it is knowledge, means consciousness, and Anantam, it is eternal or permanent. If we can find a goal like that, then each and every part of our journey will be saturated with the reality of that Brahman. We can fix a limited goal. Therefore, all our journey will be limited by that limitation of the goal. Small goals are limited. All our journey will be limited by the limitation of the goal. Suppose from here I am driving to New York. In between somewhere, if I fix a goal somewhere that I will go up to there and then I will continue after that. So now the first part of my journey will be limited by this exit. when I will reach that exist, what I will do there, all these things will be defining my journey. Therefore, they say first fix the ultimate goal, then break it up into smaller goals. Then what happens, in this case, your destination is New York, but exit is also a temporary destination. You know it as a temporary destination, not the final destination. So final destination will also regulate your journey. In a wonderful line in one of his poems, Rabindranath Tagore writes, "Jadi alas bhare bosi pather pare, যদি ধুলায় আসন পাতি সযতনে, তবু সকল পথ আছে বাকি, যেন সে কথা রয় মনে, যেন ভুলে না যাই বেদনা পাই শয়নে স্বপনে." He says that when you are taking up a journey, you are going to some place, you have all the rights to make a break, to take a breather, and to take some rest. But all the while, this idea will be haunting you that you have still more way to be covered. Still more to be covered. It is not the end. So that destination regulates the whole thing indirectly, and directly our immediate goals will regulate us. Therefore, Vedanta does not deprive us of the so-called enjoyments in this world. They say in Vedanta, there is a saying, they say, asatye vartmani sthitva tata satyam samihate. One will be living in this material world, impermanent world, and from there one will try to understand the permanent goal, permanent nature. We have to begin our journey from here, wherever we are. We cannot take ourselves out of this existence, out of this material existence, and start thinking of a permanent goal. From here it is asatya vartmani sthitva. This vartma, this space, place, wherever I am, that is not the truth. That is not the permanent place. But from here I can begin my journey. Tata satyam samihate. From there I can look at the destination. That is why there was a question that whether this limited mind has the capacity to comprehend the unlimited reality. According to some, it does not have. But again, Rabindranath Tagore at one place he has said, and it is according to Vedanta, that by reflection it is possible. So the buddhi, the intellect, has the power to comprehend that reality. Rabindranath writes, "Ami bipul kirone bhuvan kori je alo, tobu shishir tukure dhara dite pari, basite pari je bhalo." The sun is saying, I can dazzle the whole world with my rays, bright rays. But still at the same time I can reflect myself wholly in one dewdrop. In one dewdrop. So we have the capacity to comprehend that unlimited reality. And that is how the Upanishads, they are trying untiringly to convince us of that unlimited goal. And when we can fix that, and that is what the students of Vedanta, they try to learn and try to also follow, practice, that our life is there. Everything about life has validity. But so far so good, not beyond that. All these things will help us to direct our attention to the ultimate goal, to take us there. Because that is the destination. Until we reach that, we have not reached our home. So that way, this sentence is very, very inspiring, that life is a journey. You will have to always be aware of it. It is not the goal. And when we fix a holy goal before us, then what happens to our journey? It becomes a pilgrimage. It becomes a pilgrimage. Each and everything, whatever we will do, that will be converted into a worship. That is what Swami Vivekananda has said, Sri Ramakrishna tried to demonstrate. Everything, whatever we are doing. We were trying, I will tell you one practical experience. We are trying to sell our property in Frankfurt. So somebody offered some price. We almost went to the day when we would sign the agreement. But it failed because this person could not collect that full amount. She had to produce the bank guarantee. She could not do that because she did not have her own capital. She had to match the bank loan. She did not have enough capital, so it failed. Now, if we think that we lost a great chance to get a good price, okay, that was a failure, it's true. But other side of the story may be really, really dangerous. It may be that we are trying to get some amount which is not due for that property, not proper for that property, maybe too high. Sri Ramakrishna will not like to take that money. So you will see this, if he is the goal, you will surely know that he will not like to take extra money than it is proper. These are all truths behind all our experiences in this world. If we have such a goal, you will see the life becomes a pilgrimage. Each and every experience will be inside the temple, wherever it may be. And therefore, this sentence is very inspiring, that there is a goal. Otherwise, this world is the world of the dead. Does it seem familiar? That's what Jesus has said. When someone said, "What shall I do? You told me to follow all those things, I have done it. And what shall I do now?" Then he says, "You follow me." And then this man said, "I have a dead body at home, I have to bury that dead body." Then there is a very harsh sentence comes. Jesus, he says, "Let the dead bury their dead." We are dead to the truth of our life. We don't know what is the truth of life. We are dead. That is why it is the world of the dead. Those who are not aware, not conscious of the reality of their true nature. So, are we alive? Are we alive? Sri Ramakrishna was telling that it is not that easy to drive a nail into a stone. That is how our mind is. Very harsh words, but true. You know, the hits will come back. You go on hitting and they come back, they are returned. You don't go into that because our minds are like stone, dead. So, let the dead bury. This world is the world of the dead who are not aware of their true nature. Are we conscious? What is our consciousness then? Are we conscious about our true nature? And if that consciousness is added, you will see that each and every part of our journey will be called a pilgrimage. And we will live in God only. Not only in temple, in God. That is the truth. And So, life is a journey, but it is a spiritual journey. Because we have fixed the divinity or God as our goal. Therefore, each and every part of our life will be saturated with that idea. Holy Mother was asked by someone, Mother used to love Neda, the small child. Why did he die? Why he has to die? Because Holy Mother was there and she was protecting. So we saw this side of the story because we are dead. We live in the world of the dead. And Mother, who was weeping for that, for the death of that child, and then she shot back. She said, what? But that was the suffering he had to undergo in this world. Now he is liberated. Liberation is much more than continuing in this world 100 years. But much more than that. We don't see the other side of these stories. Sri Ramakrishna's own nephew died, Akshay. Sri Ramakrishna's brother was like his father. Sri Ramakrishna's brother raised him. So he used to, and his brother died. The small child was there, Akshay. But Akshay also died. Look at Sri Ramakrishna's experience. He experienced excruciating pain inside the heart. And his experience is just narrated this way. He used to say that as if someone is squeezing a towel, wringing a towel like that. That much pain he used to feel. But then he said, next moment, a vayu came, means a mood came that he started laughing, ha 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 ha, like that. Now it seems to be very cruel. But then Sri Ramakrishna says, I saw that the soul got released from bondage. What a joy to see that someone is liberated. So we will find a different meaning in suffering. We will find a different meaning in our whole life itself. And then we don't bother about suffering, we don't care. Because suffering is natural. When we are born, suffering is natural, as our enjoyment is natural. When in the morning we meet someone and we ask, how are you doing? If that person says, I am fine, there is no further question. But when this person says that I am not well, why are you not well? But if he says, I am fine, why are you fine? We don't ask this question. But meaning has to be added to this. That is why this man, Viktor Frankl, who wrote this Man's Search for Meaning, he said a nice idea there. This idea kept him going in spite of all the suffering in the concentration camp. That he knew that his freedom lies beyond the electrified, barbed wire fences of the concentration camps. There is the freedom. It transcends the limit of the concentration camp. And he has to continue to live to achieve that freedom. Otherwise, when the freedom comes, who will accept it? So, suffering gets that meaning that at the end of it, there is the freedom. That kept him going. Whereas he says many of his friends who were together, suffering together, they preferred a cigarette more than a cup of soup because they wanted to kill themselves. It was such a horrendous suffering. So, he said that meaning will be added to this suffering if you look at the goal which is called freedom, which is just joy, a joyful freedom. And that lies beyond the limited boundary of this concentration camp. And then our journey will get meaning. So, life is a journey. It becomes a pilgrimage when we fix God as our destination, fix the divine consciousness or reality or Brahman as our destination. Thank you.